Kumusta kayong lahat? I hope you are doing well and happy 2023 to all of us. I hope you celebrated the new year just like how you want it to be. May it be with your loved ones, with your friends, or maybe if you are working. And it's another chapter, another year. So it's gonna be a 365 days filled with different opportunities. So exciting times ahead for all of us. Now for this vlog, it has been such a long time that I did a sit-down vlog, but for this vlog specifically, I wanted to look back to 2022 and I wanted to share with you the lessons I have learned last year. No, in 2022, I have made a very bold decision of quitting my job in the UK and move here in Guernsey. Honestly, it was the first ever big decision that I have solely made for myself. Usually kasi, with this life-changing decision, I can't really decide for myself. I consult other people first, like my parents, my siblings, or my friends, if it's the right decision for me. Maybe because parang I have this personality na if this specific plan would fail in the end, I have somebody else to blame it to, not just by myself. I mean, just the fact that I'll be able to confine my regrets at the end to somebody else was like, it's a comforting feeling for me. So I'm like that growing up. Even if as simple as buying a bag or picking up clothes, like I always ask others if it's worth it ba? Ganon. But for some reason, with this specific plan of moving here in Guernsey, I wanted it to be really private, parang low-key lang. I just want to move silently, but all throughout the process, I was in constant communication with God, asking Him if it's the right thing to do and if this move is part of His will, His plan for me. And I would be hypocrite if I would say na I had no doubts, I had no fears, because I had just the thought of parang fear of the unknown because I don't know anybody, it's a new country, and just the fear of starting over again because I was getting used to the UK culture and now I'm starting back again, moving houses. Apart from it's physically tiresome, it's also mentally and emotionally tiresome as well. But you know, when these things happen, grabe lang si Lord because He always reminds me of this Bible verse in Joshua chapter 9 verse 9 na, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for I the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So para bang whenever I read this Bible verse, I'm always reminded that God made me with autonomy, with free will to decide on my own. Like, it's a given. Now, whatever I decide at the end of the day, wherever I go, whatever I do, God will be with me. And that is His assurance and that is His promise. And that, my friends, is my simple answer to your question. Now, how did I make such a huge move in jumping from one country to another? Because I know that at the end of the day, God is with me and God is for me. So if you're somebody who's watching this and you're in the middle of thinking na, is my decision of moving to UK, to US, to Australia, to Canada, or wherever is the right thing for me, I suggest you pray for it, you ask God for it, and whatever you decide at the end of the day, you're already in victory because God's promise lies in there that whatever we go, whatever we do, He will be with us. When the news broke out to my colleagues na I will be resigning from work, a lot of people are asking me na, where will I go? What's next for me? So you're going to Guernsey. Where is Guernsey? So it's a small hospital. Your skills might not develop there or you're not gonna have the same training just like what we do here. Yung ganon. And I would be hypocrite if I would say na I wasn't affected, no? Because in some ways, I was affected. And I even remember talking to BFF one night, asking him na, shucks, Tay, I think I'm not gonna develop. I think the cases would just be medyo hindi siya ganun sa cases sa NHS. Maybe I'm gonna be rusty. Baka hindi na talaga ako ma-develop sa skills ko as a nurse. And it affected my self-esteem to the point na while I was doing my rendering process sa pag-resign, if people comes to me and ask me, "Uy, saan ka na pupunta?" I would be shy and embarrassed to say na I'm going to Guernsey. Kasi hindi siya para bang, it's different when you say, "Oh, I'm going to the US." Parang iba ang impact pag sasabihin mo, "I'm going to US or Australia." Para bang na people ka, "Oh, she's going to the US." Pero pag sinabi mong, "Ay, sa Guernsey, ay, isla." So parang may mga ganon. So parang at some point, I felt shy and embarrassed. At the same time, hurt as well. Na para bang, what am I feeling this way? Yung ganon. But later did I know na God will be able to use that pain to teach me something. To teach me the real meaning of season. If you remember in the book of Ecclesiastes, it talks about 28 different seasons in our lives. It says, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up what is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to sue. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace." And suddenly, it hit on me na God is telling me that this season in my life, it's not just about a time of earning more money or a time to solely focus on my career, but it's also about time to experience genuine peace, to be content, to be fully present, to embrace humility, to rediscover myself, and to experience God's love for me. Para bang, I think God was telling me na, I think it's about time you slow down sa work and you slow down about pleasing others. But this time, I want you to focus on me. I want you to focus on yourself. I want you to focus on your spiritual growth. And initially, when I came over, I have those self-doubts, no? My self-esteem was like really affected, but parang it vanished. And God is reminding me na every season in our life has a purpose, it's beautiful, and it's worth celebrating for. So I was listening to this preacher on one of my day off, and he was telling about the prodigal son story. And I knew in my heart how the prodigal story started and how it ended. But what struck me the most was when he said, na what if the prodigal son story turned out differently? What if instead the prodigal son story goes directly to his father, he will go straight to his older brother? What would you think the story will end? And of course, I know for a fact na if the prodigal son would go straight to his older brother, the older brother would tell him na, "Go away, you're not welcome here. Why are you here? We thought you're already dead. You're good as dead. Our father is angry with you. Huwag ka na magpakita. Malis ka na. Hindi ka namin kailangan." And that, interestingly, became a whole new version of the prodigal story. And it left me speechless. Because that new version of the prodigal son story was describing me. Ako yun. Ako yun eh. Like, instead of running to God pag may problema, I run to other people. I run to BFF. I run to my family. Like, for instance, if inaaway ako sa work, and I would go to my colleague, ay, inaway ako ni ano. Gusto ko na labanan ako ng colleague ko. Like, sinasabi ko na, inaway ako nito. Sinabi niyang ganito ako. I'm so hurt. And then this colleague of mine would comfort me, telling me, ay, ganyan talaga siya. Maldita yan. Ay, ganyan talaga ugali niyan. Inaway din ako niyan. So, para bang, those negative feelings or para bang negative comments influences me, influences my thinking, and influences my perception of the people apart from my own experience na I would quickly judge na, I hate this person, I'm not gonna talk to this person anymore kasi ganyan siya, ganito siya. And that leads me to making impulsive and rushed decision and judgment to other people. And if I look back, if in those moments, instead of running to other people, asking help from other people, if I did it the other way, if I ran to God first, I know that God would tell me, Joy, forgive those people who hurt you because humility is victory. As simple as that. And this lesson is the biggest eye-opener for me this year. No, last year, 2022, because no matter how close we are of the person, there are just people who doesn't want you to be happy. There are people who doesn't want to see you successful, who doesn't want to see you in peace. Yung parang gagatungan ka lang nila so that you will become the kontrabida of the story. Yeah. So January of last year, I felt hopeless and helpless na parang nasabi ko, ayoko na. I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna go back home sa Philippines. I'm gonna start a business. That's the plan. And then I realized, ay wala pala akong pera. Paano ako makakapagpatayo ng business? Eh hindi naman siya mag-grow overnight. And then I became desperate. Every night, I was praying to God, Lord, please make me a lottery winner. Lord, please. I was pleading God every night. Walang palya, every night. Lord, please make me a lottery winner. Lord, lotto winner. Lord, I just need this amount and I'm good. I just need something to finance my business. If I look back, nakakatawa siya. But I know it's not just me praying for that, but also a lot of people. We became desperate. That's human nature, no? And I was telling God, Lord, if you just allow me to become a lottery winner, I'm gonna share my earnings. Wala akong pipiliin. Everybody will get something from me. I'm gonna build a hospital na abot kaya. I'm gonna donate to all churches. I'm gonna help everybody. I'm gonna help yung mga may sakit. I was like that. That was the prayer that comes out from my mouth. But you know, God just doesn't know what comes out from our mouth, but He also knows what's deeply hidden in our hearts. Because I know that God was not answering my prayer because He knows that hidden in my heart somewhere there was the thought of, I'm not gonna become a nurse. I'm gonna quit being a nurse if I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna stop working. I'm just gonna travel the world. I'm going to build my dream house. I'm gonna buy all the Chanel, all the Dior bags. I'm gonna be living in luxury. That's what's hidden in my heart, in some place there. And I know that's the reason why God is answering some of our prayers. It's because of our intentions. It's because of our hidden and deepest intention. And also the reason why God is not answering our prayers, because He knows that it's going to destroy us at the end. He's redirecting us. He doesn't want us to turn from being good to being greedy. That's why He's not answering that. So if you're this and you feel like God is not answering your prayers, or He did not answer that prayer, why not check your intention? What's the reason why you're asking this prayer? And if you find the reason as to why, then start accepting and start trusting God that He has greater plans for you. I think I have shared this before that December of 2021 was the hardest winter of my life. And so welcoming 2022, the first 2 quarters, I was feeling empty. I was actually running on empty that time. But I have always looked forward in going home to the Philippines because that I know will be the only way for my love tank can be filled again. Being surrounded by the people that I know, being with my family, with my friends. Just like how it used to be. So, but to my surprise, I came home empty, but I left the country emptier. I mean, life can be cruel sometimes, no? But yeah, fast forward to December, I was praying to God, Papa God, can you give me a good plot twist for my 2022 before it ends? God really answered my prayer. First week of December, I felt that was my weakest point for the year. Parang I heard a comment, a hurtful comment. I'm actually immune to getting comments and harshful words from friends, from family, no, but I never thought that I would reach my breaking point last December. And I just spent the entire rest day crying and sobbing and just asking to God na, God, bakit ang unfair? Parang all throughout this year being an OFW, hindi naman ako naging selfish. I keep on sharing what I have. I help people. Pero why can't I receive the love I willingly give? Para bang at the end of the day, kulang pa. Hindi pa enough yung effort, yung pagbibigay mo. Hindi na-appreciate. I was just having a lot of questions na bakit yung mga tao na I love so much and I protect so much and I want to be happy, but parang it's easy for them to hurt me? Or do they even have an idea na they're hurting me? Or do they even have an idea na I feel empty, I feel alone, I'm far away from home, and they're making me sad? So I was really sad. I was so broken. And I have a lot of questions. But grabe ang plot twist ni Lord. Like, His plot twist before the year ends was teaching me that faith starts when understanding ends. Para bang God was reminding me na, why do you keep on looking for other people to fill in the void in your heart where these people that you protect, that you love the most, are imperfect, are broken, are burdened, just like you, just like me? Para bang, bakit ko ba i-depend ang life ko to somebody that's broken? Andyan naman si Lord, always available. And that's His greatest lesson for me this year. Seek Him, because He's the only one who can fill the emptiness of my heart. And whenever I look back, to the disappointments I have experienced, for the unmet expectations from these people, I no longer feel bitter. Or I don't feel na pagtatampo anymore, but more of understanding na maybe they're treating me that way because they are just frustrated because they have unmet dreams. Parang they also have their own problems at parang ako lang yung naging punching bag. And para bang I just look at it na with a hope na someday we will all heal and we will learn from this lesson and forgiveness will flourish in our hearts. So yeah, that was the biggest plot twist of my 2022. And these jelly beans are the 5 biggest lessons I have learned this year. I'm sorry if it has been a long vlog, but I just really miss talking to you guys. You know, I took a lot of different takes, because it has been a while since I did a sit-down vlog and always bulol na bulol ako. But I hope you get out something from this, and thank you again for watching and for always waiting for my uploads. Thank you guys, and I see you next time. Bye!